Yes, sir. You already know it's your boy B Hayes. We back with another one, guys. Let's go and jump right into it. Before we do that, let's give this video a thumbs up. So, should you pay for courses, guys? That's what this video is going to be about. I have a few people, asking me all the time, is it worth it paying someone to teach them how to learn the stock market, the day trade options, and then even outside of that, this is a course in all. Even if, you got questions or wondering, should you pay for Forex courses, cooking courses, it's courses for anything that you want to learn. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out here that's well experienced that's offering courses, guys, real estate. So anyways, let's go get right into it. Since we involved in the stock market, of course, I'm talking about, stock market courses. So let's go ahead and get involved with this, guys. So my opinion, this is a short, quick video to sum it all up for you guys. I do believe it is worth it to pay for courses, guys. And also, as I say that, let me answer this, because some people would be like, well, have you paid for a course? If you think it's worth it for me to do it, did you do it yourself? No, guys, I didn't. I didn't pay for a course. And let me explain both sides. It all depends on what type of person you is. See, I'm a worker, a hard worker. I know if somebody out there else has done something, I feel like I can achieve it myself, guys. I don't have no special talent about me, not to try to downplay myself or anything. I just feel like I'm a hard worker. I'm an entrepreneur. My journey to $1 million, like I tell y'all, you got different people that's talented, that are just gifted with this one gift that can make them all the wealth that they accumulate. But you got certain people out here that's just grinders, go getters. In order for me to get $1 million, I ain't got one special talent that's gonna get me $1 million. I got to do multiple things where I made 10,000 from this, 5,000 from this, 50,000 from this, 100,000 from this, 200,000 from this. Like, I got to make different adventures and different chapters of my life where I do different things to make me make my money and add it all up. So then once I become a millionaire, I'm pretty sure one of my side hustles, one of my endeavors that I'm doing can produce me $1 million now, because I'm a millionaire now. I can, income things that multiply by 10 times 10. But I'm saying on my journey to become a millionaire, I'm pretty sure it's not this one single thing I'm going to do that's going to make me $1 million. So with that being said, guys, if I want to, get into real estate, which I am, if I want to get into whatever it is I want to do, I probably don't have the time now because I'm so busy with the stock market, YouTube, my grass business. I'm so busy with everything else that I would pay someone a course. Like, that's my thought process now. I'm like, okay, bump, I done mastered it. Like, I done, did what I had to do in the stock market. I ain't gonna say mastered it, because it's always more learning to do. Whatever it is, whoever you pay for a course from, if they ever tell you, yeah, I know every single thing there is to know about this, you don't need to go to nobody else, they lying. Or maybe they is telling the truth. But I feel like in any field, there's always more to learn. It's always more to learn. It's always something you don't know. So anyways, guys, back on course with the course. Do I think it's worth it to pay for a course? Yes, I do. Myself, I didn't pay for one. Like I said, it all depends on what type of person you is. If you're a person that's, got that mindset, oh yeah, I can, whenever you home in and focus on something, you focus on that, because that's another key. I try to throw gems inside of this video as well. Whenever I'm on my journey to entrepreneurship, I just don't be like a ping pong, oh, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, let me do that. It's just everywhere like that. No, I am everywhere like that, but hear me out. Whenever I'm doing my one thing, I'm focusing in on one particular thing for months and months and months straight. I'm talking about day in, day out. When I wake up, when I go to sleep, I'm focusing on this one goddamn thing. And then as that business start to produce itself and make a substantial amount of income every month, I venture off into my next endeavor. Then I focus on that for months, months and months and months. I don't even care about the other stuff. I'm focusing on this, because that's the thing where a lot of people fall off at. You be so busy focusing on this, that, and the third, all this distractions around you, you can't focus in on one thing that's going to actually, take you to that next level and bring you that substantial amount of income to give you that leverage to then take on other endeavors. So that's the key, guys. Focus on one thing first, and then not to get off track, just to throw them things in there. It is worth it paying for a course, guys, because it all boils down to this. It took me And then learning stuff, it all different time frames. Learning the stock market like I did, that usually takes somebody 1, 2 years, maybe 3 years to acquire all that information. But whenever you are a fiend for stuff, like fiend for knowledge, fiend hungry for information, like me or in this them type of people out there, I mean, that means instead of listening to music in the car, I'm listening to stock market information. Instead of looking at Netflix, I'm looking at stock market information, reading books. You get what I'm saying? I'm opening my mind up to like my whole life surrounding whatever it is I'm trying to do. I surround my day to day listening, feeding information off of whatever it is I'm trying to do, guys. So I sped up my learning curve like 100x. Like people, I was able to, since I've been 18, 19 years old, I was able to be like a full-time entrepreneur and not working 9 to 5 and work for myself and produce my own income. So with me being blessed to be able to do that, I got way more time on my hands than anybody else. Not say anybody else, other people might got time, but I got the money and time. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of broke people, they ain't got no money, but got all the time in the world. See, it's good to have both. You got money and you got time. So I got all the time in the hands of my world. I can wake up from the morning to night and study all day. Ain't got to worry about punching no clock, doing nothing. So I was able to speed my learning curve up exponentially. Instead of taking 1, 2, 3 years to learn this stuff, I say it took me 2 to 3 months. And that's because in 2 to 3 months, I made $4,000 in my first trade. 4 bands. At first, when I first started out, I made $5, $10. But 3 months in, I made $4,000 in one day on my first trade. Then made $5,000, $6,000 the next day. Just, steady scaling up. But hear me out. My first 2 months, 3 months of learning this stuff, I ain't just start going up from there. Oh, once I got it, I took off. No, I had to go through a phase. I had to go through making that money and seeing how fast it was. Then I got big headed. I'm like, dang, I can make 4 bands like that. Dang, let me put more in and try to make 40,000. And that's where you mess up at, trying to be greedy, trying to go hard. And when I started trying to do that, I knew exactly what I needed to know. I had everything down pat. It was just the greed factor that got in my way, trying to want more, doing too much. So I just had to chill. I ended up losing money. I ended up losing $10,000. This is my first 3 months in now. End up losing 10K after I done made 10K, lost the 10K, and then got in the hole about 10K. So then I took off. I said, okay, let me chill. I'm gonna take off about 6 months and just chill, focus on my other businesses now. I done learned the market. I know it now. Now let me stack up some more bread, still do a little learning, and I'm gonna come back with a refreshed mind, and I'm gonna I'm gonna do it right. And that's what happened. We come back in with a fresh mind, fresh start, taking things easy, taking things slow, and started building our way from there ever since, guys, and haven't looked back. So you can learn this stuff on your own, but it's going to take you, a lot of time on your own because, normal people, they got to work a 9 to 5. They got kids. They got to cook. They got to clean. They got to wash. They got to have some me time. They got to do whatever. And you only have like 2 hours, 3 hours to yourself to do something if you live in that normal lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to take you years to learn this stuff. But so to make this thing, sum it all up, guys. If you go to a doctor, you want to be a doctor, right? You got to go to school for 8 years to be a doctor. But if you knew, if your mama was a doctor, your daddy was a doctor, or somebody close in your family was a doctor, you could just go to them and pretty much they could sum up a lot of information and just give it to you from all their 8 years of learning. Yeah, it took them 8 years. They had to learn this stuff piece by piece and understand. But once the master learned all this stuff, I can break it down to you in simplest form in a short period of time that you could get it. Like you could actually understand it in a short period of time. Like I can sum it all up for you. So basically, you don't go to if you want to learn to be a doctor, you won't go to a school teacher and ask her for advice. You feel me? You're going to go to a doctor. They can speed up your learning curve. So that's the same thing with anything. A real estate agent, a cook, a chef, a stock, a stock person, anything, guys. They just can speed up your learning curve at the end of the day. And the video is so long is because even though, we talking about this, I also try to give y'all other parts of the game on just being an entrepreneur and just life and just, everything in general, guys. Because since my first video, I told y'all I'm on a journey to be a millionaire. We talk about stocks over here, finance. We talk about, something to do with getting money and also cars and stuff. I'm big on cars. So, all that type of stuff, motivation, guys, that's exactly what you're going to see over here. So if you like this type of stuff, consider joining the family. We post over here every single day. This your boy B Hayes. We out. I love y'all. We out. And God bless.